And now it's time for Polly Pocket tutorial number 5. All right, distributing with a little something extra. And what is that little something extra, you ask? This 4 right here, right? If we could cover up the 4, we know what to do, right? And so let's just go ahead and ignore the 4. We'll distribute. 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times 3 is 15x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And of course, we always remember to combine our like terms. And we end up with 5x squared plus 13x minus 6. But wait a minute. We got that little something extra. Let's bring that something extra back. That's really a 4 there. So we're not done with our answer. That 4 is being multiplied by our whole entire answer, because 4 is being multiplied by whatever we got when we multiplied these two polynomials. So here we go. Let's distribute the 4. So 4 times 5x squared is 20x squared. 4 times 13x is 52x. And 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. Take a quick look and see if there's anything we can combine, any like terms. Nope, I don't see any either. So that's our answer. Next, we're seeing a problem that I call distributing in disguise. So let's remind ourselves what that square means anyways. If I were to see something like x squared, I know that's the same thing as x times x, right? So when I see a 5x minus 2 squared, I'm going to apply the same concept. That square means I'm taking 5x minus 2 and I'm multiplying it by itself. Once we see it this way, we know what to do. Even some of my pre-calc kids want to take the shortcut, which is illegal, of going, oh, let's just distribute that 2. Let's just put it there and let's put that. No, 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 no. We're not going to do that. We know that square really means take the quantity that's in the parentheses, 5x minus 2, and multiply it by itself, times itself. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and distribute the 5x. So 5x times 5x is 25x squared. 5x times negative 2 is negative 10x. Negative 2 times 5x is negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Do we have like terms that we can combine? Before we think we're done with something, we always have to ask ourselves that. Yes, we do. We have negative 10x minus 10x. For some of you, you may think, oh, they cancel each other out. No, not so fast. Put negative 10 minus 10 in your calculator, and you will see that those equal negative 10x minus 10x equals negative 20x. And now we are done because there are not like terms remaining. Okay, so the next one is very similar to what we've seen before, where we have a rectangle and they ask us to find the area, and we know we're going to multiply the length times the width to find the area. So this time it's just a little bit harder. Instead of having one term times a binomial, a 2-term polynomial, we have a 2-term polynomial, a binomial, times another binomial. And we know what to do when we see this, because we keep doing it over and over again, right? X times 5x is 5x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 3 times 5x is 15x. And 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Are we done? No, we've got common terms. We have like terms, so let's combine them. Negative 2x plus 15x, just put negative 2 plus 15 in your calculator, and you get positive 13x. Put it all together, and we're done. Now, I know this is kind of anticlimactic. When they're asking for an area of the figure, usually we're used to getting an answer like 100 square feet. No, 5x squared plus 13x minus 6 squared, whatever we're doing. That's the problem of sometimes working in algebra. We're working on the steps that we're going to use down the road to really solve some good problems. But for now, we have to just work on getting very proficient with our skills. All right, number 4. Whoa. Okay, we haven't seen this before. Write expression for the area of the shaded region. So this purpley shaded region. Can you guys see what we really have here? We have this big rectangle, okay? And this big rectangle, let's see if I can do this for a second. Let me see if I can well, just pretend, I'm just going to cover up all this stuff. And let's pretend it's this whole big rectangle, okay? We don't even see, can you hear me scribbling? We don't even see the other triangle, or the other rectangle rather, anymore. Okay, what's the area of the big rectangle? Well, it is 20 times 5, which is 100. So the area of the big rectangle is 100. We're going to come back to this in a second, because they didn't ask us to find the area of the big rectangle, right? They asked us to find the area of the shaded region. Well, when you think about it, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this mess I made? Let's get rid of this. Okay, when you think about it, the shaded region is just the area of the big rectangle minus the area of the small rectangle, right? If I took this small rectangle and cut it out from the big rectangle, what I'd have left is the shaded part. Do you see that? So let's go ahead and find the area of the little rectangle. Let's see, what is the area of the little rectangle? Well, I've got length times width, so I'm going to go ahead. I've done this problem before, this type before, right? Where I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 2 is 6x. My square doesn't look great. It kind of looks like it should be up a little higher. All right, so 3x squared plus 6x. All right, so are we ready to put this all together? To get the area of the shaded region, we take the area of the big rectangle and we lift out or subtract the area of the little rectangle. And that's going to give us just the shaded part that's left that they're asking us for. Okay, so here we go. Area of the big rectangle is 100. Area of the little rectangle is this whole thing. So when I subtract it, I'm going to put my answer in parentheses. Now, this actually is in its most simplified form. So even though it is not a very satisfying answer, it is our answer. And you stop right there. Everything, we could distribute the negative sign, but actually this form is an acceptable form for the answer. All right, I think that's it. Go ahead and go back to your Polly packet and keep going. You guys are doing great. I believe there's only one more tutorial after this. Keep going strong. You can do it.